I'm here with Linda from TalentGuard in Austin, Texas. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good, good. So there's lots of buzz in the industry around employee engagement and all the issues with that right now. What problem do you see that TalentGuard is trying to solve?
Employee engagement's a big word, obviously. I think you have a lot of organizations and people like myself who are really passionate about helping organizations better guard their talent. And what we focus on first and foremost, or when customers are knocking on our door, it's because they've done an employee engagement survey. And within that survey, they've uncovered a couple of unique factors. And first and foremost on the list is that employees are not happy with the quality of career development that is happening internally within an organization. So that's top on their list. And why do they want to help employees with career development? Because it increases the engagement in the organization, and that ultimately helps with retention and turnover.
Okay, well, we're seeing that the new generation is coming in during the interview asking what are the next steps. Is that something that TalentGuard addresses?
Great question. So anybody, I always look at it, it doesn't matter if you're a millennial or if you are a Gen X or even a baby boomer. People have different types of life goals as they transition through their own career in their life. What an organization needs to think about are all of those different life goals that someone would have, and combine that with ways internally to enable employees to engage in a career that benefits that employee and helps the organization at the same time. So when TalentGuard typically comes in, we're working with the organization, typically through software, to enable the employee to express those life goals, to state what their value propositions are, to be able to change those goals over time, and to be matched with the types of career choices that organization can support.
Oh, wow, that's terrific. And for years, organizations have been trying to encourage employees to help manage their own careers, and the platform is designed to help both the employee and the organization.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and the manager. So typically an employee wants to come in, and it depends on what their goal is, right? So the system will lead them in different ways, but you might have someone who wants to come in and change locations. Maybe they want to move overseas. You might have another employee who wants to move up the career ladder. You may have another employee who really just wants to get a bunch of job rotations or work on various different types of projects. And the software understands what those goals are, and then will recommend, a 1-year, 3-year, 5-year plan that takes into account the things that are interesting to them from a skills perspective, the types of experiences that they have, qualifications that may be needed for the role, whether it be a certain type of degree, a certification, a security clearance, and then their preferences. So do you want to travel 70% of the time? We have partnerships with companies like IBM where we embed their entire talent frameworks, their competencies, job roles into our system so that they have ready-made job roles, and then we're just tweaking and editing, rationalizing the role so that they don't have to build that data. We don't have to enter that data manually, and we can start from a very, very strong platform. So when you can eliminate that factor, it tends to minimize the stress that's involved in that type of rollout. But then what an organization looks at after they get over that hurdle, if you will, is, all right, where's the problem in the organization? So do they have certain groups that are high turnover, typically like customer success or the customer service team, or are there hard to fill job roles? So they're really thinking about where's the problem, then how can we create companion paths? If it's business development, a companion path would be sales or marketing, something that's similar, that would share a similar type of skill set, so we can begin to build these very targeted, curated learning plans for those individuals in those organizations.
What's next with the platform?
We've been spending a tremendous amount of time integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning. One of the things that my product team has really spent a lot of time working with because we have about 500 coaches worldwide, that also spent a lot of time with individuals in organizations. So looking at how can we make the experience even more engaging? How can we begin to reward people in certain ways for gaining skills? But the second thing that we're looking at is when we were talking to organizations, they have a tremendous amount of employees. As you know, that might be alumni, that might be contract workers, consultants that maybe they're not on that system full time, but they're in an open marketplace that they can begin tapping into for different types of assignments that they may need. Appreciate you today. Have a great day.
You too.